Hello, hello to all of you. Greetings, greetings. Sorry, I seem to have leaned in quite a bit here. Let's fix that a bit, shall we? Right. Better? Yeah, it seems like it looks like I'm leaning in violently and aggressively. It's just what's the button to reset it? Is it this one? Maybe I should just lean back more. Bear with me, everyone. Don't worry, I'm sure I can fix this. I think it's... Let's first close that and close that because the stream has started. Yes, hello to everyone here. Greetings, greetings. How are you lovely people here? Again, I'm terribly sorry. It seems that the VTuber model is wanting to lean aggressively closer. That's not intended. See what I mean? Man, if only a certain someone like TsunamiJuria could tell me exactly how to make the model just kind of lean backwards, that would be fantastic. Oh, if only, if only. Or maybe I should probably just adjust this piece of tech. Oh, there we go, there we go. It's alright, false alarm, everyone. Anyway. No, it's still not working. Oh, don't you just love it when things aren't working properly? Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Anyway. Hello to all of you. Let's do some hellos first and foremost. Hello to you Nova Stars. I'm sorry that not doing well today, but hopefully today we'll, oh, thinking of someone you miss. I totally understand. Well, I certainly hope that you feel better, and I hope that this stream will pep you up a bit at the very least. And I see a first-time speaker in Twitch. Miss Lizzie, are you still there? If so, hello and welcome to a JTV ASMR stream. I hope that you enjoy yourself, because today we're going to be having lots of fun with poking fun at some silly book covers. Anyway, over on the YouTube side, let's quickly leap over there. We've got people like, for instance, we've got Elliot returning, Slasher as well, Starglow, TsunamiJuria, who I could do with help from, Dragonstar Sidra, and Thalisha as well. And I think that's everyone. Yes. Hello to all of you, lovely, lovely folks. Hello there. What is this with this blasted piece of technology? I swear, it's making me want to aggressively lean in, it seems, or at least the VTuber model, at the very least. Unfortunately, like, what butler leans like this when talking to you? I mean, unless you're like 4 foot tall. But if I'm over here, you can't hear me very well. So, you're just going to have to bear with me, everyone. It seems that, I just have awful posture today. Let's just pretend I've got awful posture for no apparent reason. Unless... Is this better? No, it's not. Let's try and get this fixed, everyone. Okay, so I might have... Yes, I'll do some shout-out in a moment, everyone. Just bear with me for a moment. Just need to go to some twaddly-doo-dah bits. Well, it looks like I don't think this is going to fix it because it's already on this certain setting, so I'll just have to make do by putting my head here and praying for the best. Sorry, could you just bear with me, everyone? Bear with me, as things not working quite as planned. Don't start any fires. I'm still going to be floating around. Bear with me now, okay? Yes? Okay. I still see the fires you're starting, by the way. I was here this entire time, you know. I can still see all the fires that you're starting here. Naughty, naughty. Can you believe this? Everyone on the Twitch side of things, can you believe that they're starting fires yet again? Then again, there's only one person, it seems, on the Twitch side, but whatever. Point remains, though. Point remains. We don't have this kind of stuff on the Twitch side of the comment section. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah, that's a lie, but still. In any case. You're all very naughty. You're all very naughty, by the way. I'm going to hug you all very tightly, and you all have your faces nuzzled. Except you, Talisha. You'll get a good head pat, but everyone else will be nuzzled into submission. I will nuzzle your face like this. Like that. And you'll only be allowed back on your feet if you continue watching this stream. So it's quite easy. It's really quite easy to redeem yourself. Just continue watching. Oh, you're going to be driving home, are you, Dragonstar? Well, safe journey. Safe trip now. There we go. Positioned properly. Right. Everyone. You're not going to be spared unless you've been good, but most of you won't, so... Ooh, cookies for me, Starglow. Thank you. And yes, you can, Dragonstar. That's a nuzzling sound, by the way, and exclusive to butlers. Not like any creatures out there, any cutesy creatures. In any case. So, now I believe someone wanted a shout out to Damien, was it? Who wanted that shout out? I believe it was oh, Elliot, yes, your older brother Damien. A shout out to Elliot's brother Damien. Hello, Damien. Apologies for the slight issues back there, but hello. I hope that all is well and that you're keeping safe. Same with your brother, who's been quite naughty, starting a fire in chat. Next to you. Hello, then. At least you're not going to be starting any fires, are you, Damien? I certainly hope not. And yes, TsunamiJuria, you've been a huge help once again, especially with a bit of guidance with these rather unpleasant technical issues, so you get a hug and a nuzzle too. And yes, that noise is definitely mandatory. In case anyone asks, it's mandatory. You have to be hugged and you get that exact sound. Anyway. Righto then. Quickly looking at things. Looks like we're still at 26 followers on the Twitch side, so please, if you're not following on Twitch, but you have a Twitch account, please be sure to do so. That would be nice. Anyway. Apologies, Elliot. Sorry, I keep forgetting it's a unisex name. In any case, so to all of you lovely boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and I know some here are not gentlemen but ladies, so there we go, Elliot, right, ladies, Right, I think I've got it right, I think I've got it correct, good. No, definitely not, Slasher, because doggo butler noises is certainly not applying to me, because I am not a doggo. I'm just a butler. Just a butler, right? Does everyone remember that detail? In any case, so today I've collected even more book covers, even more bad book covers, really lame ones. And once again, we're going to have lots and lots of fun making fun of them. Having lots of giggles and chortles and laughs all about these rubbish covers. And no, Elliot, no. How dare you? I am not a puppy. I am a gentleman. I am a distinguished gentleman, a butler. I am your servant. Of course, all of your servants. Oh, Alicia, no, I'm not cute. All of you are cute. As I always say, you're all the cute ones. And wait, what's this? Aurelius is 3 golden retrievers in a trench coat. I shall make it clear here and now that I am no doggo, and not 3 doggos in a trench coat whatsoever. There is no golden retriever energy with me, or doggo energy. So no, you're absolutely wrong, Nova. I am not a doggo. I am not. Oh, hello to you, Aaron, all the way over on the Twitch side of things. Greetings. I think considering all the technical mishaps going on, I think now might be a good time to get stuck into those terrible book covers that I promised that we'd all have a look at and make fun of. So prepare yourselves, everyone. We're going to have another stream full of laughs and chuckles and silly stuff. So let's get started, eh? Oh, Slasher, calling me a cutie patootie. I think the true cutie patooties here are all of you in the chats. Yes, on YouTube and on Twitch, and no, I'm definitely not a puppy. Elliot, how dare you? I am well aware that I am certainly no doggo creature. You know, don't mind the ears, or the tail, or the sounds that I make when I'm disapproving of people, such as because those are not signs that I'm a puppy, not in the slightest, as we should all know by now. Anyway. Hey, you can still be Chaos Incarnate and cute Slasher, just letting you know. Anyway, shall we dump into the fun stuff, everyone? I think we should get digging in some fun stuff, like those book covers. Let's start with this one. Final War and other fantasy stories. What comes to mind when you think of a war book? Something to do with conflicts and battles and stuff like that? Why, of course. K.M. O'Donnell and his book has a diseased parrot in a suit? I'm trying really hard to see what exactly this is. Is that some sort of... Is that a claw stuck inside a little hood with a bead sewn into it, and the rest of it is just a hand puppet with a badly buttoned up outfit? I don't know, for 75 cents, I feel like I'm probably overpaying this back in those days' money, essentially. Let alone $3.50 in the bottom right corner. But, what do you lovely folks think about this one? Personally, I don't think I'm quite convinced this is very war kind of related. Slasher calls it KFC World War II propaganda. Ah, you thought Colonel Sanders was just a nickname for a mascot? Think again. He turned all of his enemies into Kentucky Fried Chicken. Meanwhile, Slash is saying, so a dodo goes to war against a fantasy. What I'm guessing, the rejected Muppet Turk. You think it looks good, Elliot? I mean, I don't know. When I think of Final War, I think of something like, you know, explosions and machine guns and tanks and fields of poppies and stuff like that. Why is there a bird head on the person's body? I don't know, Thalicia, I don't know, but it honestly looks like some sort of action figure. And the head popped off, so they thought, right, let's just stuff some random junk we found at the bottom of this little treasure chest of ours and glue them together, and hey, presto, we have some mutated soldier of fortune? I don't know. I really don't know. Aaron's saying, looks like some sort of claw. Yes, the head definitely looks like... It looks like some sort of large talon sticking out. Hello to you, Zorzip. Welcome, welcome. We're delving into some terrible book covers, and we just started with this one, so good timing. Slash is saying, why is it taking its clothes off? It's like, mate, take off the shirt. The registry you will go. I don't know. I think this quote-unquote soldier is trying to do the full Monty. I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my... No, no, Devon, please. Stop taking off your clothes. We're being shot at by a machine gunner. Yes, I'm sure that this Dr. Cynric fellow would probably gasp in shock and disgust at such a bizarre bird-like... Even if it is bird-like, this soldier mutant thing. Like, what is that? It looks like some sort of makeshift bird creation, like something you'd throw together for a school project and get a minimal pass on. Yeah, into the bin it goes indeed, Thalicia. Let's drop a grenade without the pin while we're at it. Make sure it doesn't come back. Final War and other fantasies. Yes, clearly it must be one heck of a fantasy. This stupid cover. Today's victory is tomorrow's defeat. What does that mean? Are we just talking about the book cover in general? Like, hooray, we've got a cover! The next day. Oh yes, this was the cover. What were we thinking? Actually, that's a fair point, Zora. Maybe they wanted something with a small head, so as not to kind of cover up the entire image. But then again, why not just take a photo with the thing lower down? And it's so disgusting, Slash is turning vegetarian. What do you mean, throw me in there too? I'd like to think that I'm a bit too, well, a bit too presentable for a cover like this. Certainly not to be taking off a buttoned wartime shirt, anything like that. That would be weird. Oh, and quick reminder, everyone, be sure to hydrate. Oh, hello to you, Lily May. Writing in saying, let's just call it art. Strange art. I think calling it strange art is probably the nicest thing that we can call it, to be perfectly honest, Lily. I mean, we could call it POMO, postmodern, or, in other words, it's weird for the sake of weird. We could go with that. Oh, you're going to throw me in the bin alongside? How dare you, Elliot? Don't throw me in the bin. I don't belong with this garbage book cover now, do I? Yes, I think we should all sacrifice this thing for the front lines. You go first, creature. What about the tanks? No, we got to use the deadliest weapon in our arsenal. Your ugly face. Now go. No, it's Slasher. I can with the Vimto Dax, whatever. Blah. Oh well, can't avoid it forever now, can I? Oh, hello, Jellybean. Well, don't worry, you've timed it relatively well, because we're already on the first book cover, and also, well, we had some slight technical issues with the VTuber model leaning in close like that. But, I think it's hopefully somewhat remedied. Alright, Slasher, alright. I need more Vimto, more blackcurrant Vimto right now. I've burnt through an entire 3-liter bottle in a couple of days. Yes, I drink a lot of Vimto. Is that a bird? We don't even know what it is, Jelly, to be perfectly honest, but one thing's for sure, it's not a soldier. Inappropriate for a book called Final War and Other Fantasies. This looks like something from Final Fantasy. One of the bad spin-offs. Well, either way, I say let's jump over to the next cover, but before we do that, I must clarify something. No, sort of Zip, I'm not a cute puppy butler. Still not a puppy sound, by the way. Still not a puppy sound. Anyway. What do you mean you hate that drink, Elliot? Vimto's delicious. It's lovely on a warm summer's day, like... Well, it's technically spring, but still. I'm sure half of my bloodstream is probably sugar-free Vimto. Yes, it's... I probably have purple blood by this point, Slasher. Yes, I'm not sure if the book, like, the cover is just badly positioned to the title, or the photo just cuts off the book. I can't quite remember, but either way, yes, it's absolute ruddy rubbish. Well said, Lily May. And no, I'm certainly not puppy-shaped. I like to think I'm in quite good shape, if I'm sure you'll all agree with me there. Don't bark and woof me. And I'm still not a cutie pie, Delisha, but I appreciate the compliments. And yes, I made a cameo in a video of yours, Zora Zip. Is that video up? And please let me know if so. I can share it around. Yes, I best not donate blood, unless they're asking for at least 50% Vimto mixed in. But anyway, let's delve into the next book cover. Oh, good luck with watering those veggies outside, TsunamiJuria. I'm certainly not puppy-shaped, Jelly. Yeah. That's my reaction. Yeah. Right. Now, let's all jump to the next book here. Book covers. For those who love Star Wars, let's check it out. What on earth is this? I mean, it's not as horrifying as anything created by modern Disney. You know, Star Wars and that terrible Boba Fett movie recently and whatnot. Ugh. Yes, I don't know what the heck this thing is either, Slasher. And I think we're all right to be scared. I believe this is, surely it's not German, this one. No, surely not. I'm not actually sure what language this is in. But all I know for sure is that, it's scaring me. What on earth is this bizarre creature? I don't remember this in Star Wars. Was it some sort of awful reject character that hopefully we don't ever see, and hopefully Kathleen Kennedy won't make a spin-off for, but then again, knowing her track record. Slasher says, a baby a mother could love, and that thing is an orphan. Jelly saying, I think the mother would be scared of that baby. I think, honestly, a face like that would probably destroy a Death Star in its entirety. What do you mean, pterodactyl sounds? I don't make pterodactyl sounds, Lily. I'm sure we can all agree there, can't we, everyone? Mm-hmm. See, yes, they all agree. Mm-hmm. Anyway. Oh, and hello, Blue Bats. Welcome. Yes, I'm afraid you've stumbled at an interesting time, looking at some sort of monstrous mutated baby... Galaxy van die Angst. If it's German, that would mean Galaxy of the Dark, but I don't think it is German. I think it's... Is it Dutch? I really don't know. I really don't know. You cheeky folks saying I'm making puppy sounds and comparing me to a puppy. You never let that go, do you? That's what I say to that, which is perfectly normal butler sound. Right, does anyone have a lightsaber? I think we need to swing that around until this creature goes away. Like, what is this? Some sort of time child from 2001: A Space Odyssey? No, maybe the author thought, you know what? Let's put our newborn child on the cover. That would be really nice. Really nice. And then afterwards they go, oh. Are you sure this is our child? I don't know about this. I don't want to be called the father of this strange flesh-eating baby. It looks like a zombie. I'm not sure what it has to do with Star Wars either. I really am completely clueless about these. It's scaring me, everyone. It's scaring me. Ugh. No, I'm not going to bark for you, Elliot. No. And no, Jellybean, I'm not going to woof either. As we know, I'm a butler, and I'm not going to be fooled into going or going because I don't bark and I don't woof, as we all know. Did I make barking and woofing sounds? Let's assume no. Let's assume no. That's probably the best kind of option here. Anyway. Hello, Coral Stark. You've stumbled in at an interesting time. Strange mutated baby on the cover of an alleged Star Wars 2 book. Scary. And Slasher asking, is the baby wearing a bin bag for clothes? Felicia saying, into the bin it goes. Can we just, like, fire it out of a tube, like a missile, into a black hole, or perhaps a quasar, so there's no chance it could ever come back? I think that would be probably the most humane thing to do. Slash is saying, I know Star Wars fell off so badly, but damn, I see why. What you don't know is that this is actually a baby photo of Kathleen Kennedy being told, you're going to be making terrible, terrible Star Wars movies under your supervision, Kathleen, and this was the face she made. And then they all got scared and ran away for a week. So, yeah, let's dump it down that big hole. You know the hole that Qui-Gon Jinn fell down after he got chopped in two by Darth Maul? Let's throw this book down there as well. And maybe blast it with a laser a few times or whatever. Oh, it's already out, is it, Zora Zip? Oh, okay. I'll have to have a looky. Feel free to send a link via email or whatever if you'd like, but yes, but right now at the moment I'm going to have to, of course, get to covering these terrible books as we know. Lily May asking mechanical arm or mechanical spine for art reasons. What, you mean this baby creature thing? It looks like it's got some sort of mechanical throat around it. And, I don't know if that's a body or some sort of lump that is grown out of, but yes, let's make it disappear. Let's use the Force to make it disappear and look at the next cover. Here we go. Unfortunately, this is not much better. John Dalmas, the Yingling in Yamato. Pardon? What on earth is going on here? Some bearded, beefy fellow. Gotta admit, good beard, but his noggin is awfully big and... I mean, hey, well, his hair is braided. Good, I suppose. Oh no, Lily May, I'm sorry that you left the windows open and it's rained on your drawings. Now that they look like strange book covers. I mean, hey, then again... Turn it into a bit of avant-garde art that way, hey? Turning a negative into a positive, right? Well, in any case, I just hope that there's still, I don't want to say redeemable. What's that word when you're able to save something, basically? In any case. Yes, so, yeah, this book, The Yingling in Yamato. I don't know what that means. Oh, your character designing. Oh, fair enough. I mean, this fella's This fella in this cover, I mean, he looks like he's got abs, but then again, he looks like he's trying to rotate his body slightly, and his abs are just like in a strange, you know, it's like awkwardly positioned on his own body. And his eyes are glowing blue. Why is his eyes glowing blue? Has he been taking melange? Is he a character from Dune who's just appeared in this book with a samurai sword to star alongside generic Japanese shogun to the left, well, samurai to the left, and to the right, blue tracksuit pistol man, from space, I guess? I don't know. Blue Bat saying looks like a ripoff of Mortal Kombat and He-Man. Stelisha saying totally not appropriate for the traditional Japanese culture. I guess this must be some sort of like crossover. It's like, it might be a big strong man from the past meets with scrawnier but relatively strong man from the future, and they both go to the past again in Japanese kind of Edo Japan era, maybe. I don't know. Slash has got a good point. Why has he got muscles on his muscles? I think that's what's going on. I don't know what's going on here, everyone, but remember, winners don't cheat when it comes to getting muscles. Oh, thanks for the correction, Starglow. Fair enough, I haven't seen the Phantom Menace in a while, but either way. He looks like an adaptation of Beowulf, but the adaptation got lost halfway through. I don't know whether part of it even closely resembles Beowulf, personally. Jellybean saying, why is he wearing Wonder Woman's tiara? I don't know what to say. This looks like modded Skyrim. Unfortunately, it's been modded so much to oblivion that it's, no pun intended, that it's barely recognizable. Samurai sword, Japanese warrior, man with gun, over Japanese sort of, structure in the background with it. Yingling and Yamato. What kind of stupid title is that? What the hell's going on here? Some sort of intended to be a movie starring Hulk Hogan in the main lead or something? Because if so, I don't think I'd want to watch it personally. That doesn't work for me, brother. Slash is saying, so the blue guy's smart, he did the Indiana Jones method. Samurai sword swinging gentleman meets gun. Zora, well, unfortunately, if you paste it in the chat, it might get deleted or just like not appear, because well, YouTube gets very dodgy about that with the with links. You see, it's just weird like that. What do you mean Hulk Hogan would never? If this was an 80s book, he'd be jumping on that, no matter how terrible the script is. Well, let me tell you something, brother. I'm going to be taking over this side of Japan. What you gonna do when Samurai Hogan, Shogun Hogan runs wild on you? Yeah, I still can't stop looking at the abs as well, Elliot. Looks like lumps of melting toffee. I'm more than sure it's actual book cover, Blue Bats. I promise I didn't just pluck this off my own, I don't know, my own collection of drawings or something. Oh, Lily, so your father used to tell the story of Beowulf to purposely frighten you when you were a wee little nipper. Did he ever mention that Beowulf was some sort of jacked 6-foot-tall katana sword swinging bearded Nord fellow who had his beloved companion with a pistol, Quincy Blue, and had to face off against deadly Japanese shoguns? Because if so, I don't think he's telling the right story. He must be telling this this version. I mean, it's not like the art, not all of the art is too bad. It's just this big bulky gentleman here, like, who the hell is this? And again, his eyes are glowing blue like he's about to fire a laser. Oh, no kidding. Blue Bat's watching some old school wrestling. Shogun Hogan gets a bogan from a togan, says Slasher. Try saying that 3 times fast. Yeah, it's not for me either. It's not for me either. Oh, my abs are better than his? Oh, Elliot, why, thank you. I do work out, after all. Unlike this gentleman here. He probably just covers himself in melted toffee in order to make it look like he's really bulky and strong, but in actuality it all melts under the sun and he's really scrawny. Zora, if you've got a question, by all means, fire away, I'm curious. But for now, though, let's jump to the next cover. And I agree with Felicia, this looks like a terrible, like some sort of rip-off version of Mortal Kombat. Let's stick a katana sword in it and call it dishonorable, while we move on to the next one. Yes. The next book is... Mer. The Adventures of Mer. Half man, half cat, and all hero. Doesn't look like it. What is this mangy cat with a electro ball? It's like the orb of confusion from SpongeBob. While next to him is some dastardly devil fellow who probably just the author, maybe the author's brother. Like, hee, I'm so naughty because I've got a black cloak and sunglasses that probably look like they're painted on. Hee, ha, hoo, hoo, look at me, it's so bad. Has this fellow been to a barber yet? Because this is what happens when you don't get your hair cut, everyone. If you're a gentleman and you don't get your beard or hair cut, you end up looking like this. You don't want that to happen now. You don't want to look like Mer. Slash is saying, it's Cats the Musical. Scary question there, Elliot. Let's not ask that. I don't know if someone actually just cut a lion's head off and started wearing it like a gigantic mask. Like, look at me, everyone. I'm half cat. Roar. King Jareth. What's that from? Dragonstar. Slasher adding, McCavity was a mangy cat. He was very tall and thin and should be on a watch list. Every girl will be aspiring to have a cat eye like him, says Lily May. Yeah, well, this guy has a 99.9% chance of stealing your girl, looking like... I don't know, I would have thought that the fellow on the left looked a bit more presentable, but not by much, though. He's just looking like someone you should probably report to the police immediately if you see him on the other side of the street looking at you like that. Like, ooh, get away, get away. Looks like Jerry from SpongeBob. Which one's Jerry? I don't know, I've watched it I haven't watched it in a while, and two... yes, if you like, Zora, as a friend, the creator on Steam, then go ahead. Welcome back, TsunamiJuria. And yes, you walked in at an interesting time. Yes, it really does remind me of Labyrinth now that you mentioned it, Dragonstar. Yes, of course, that's it. Then again, I think it's a combination of, it's like David Bowie unleashing his inner cat's energy. Like, David Bowie meets Thundercats. Like, he's literally causing thunder here. This is the power of voodoo. Who you do what? Remind me of the Babe. But, we got another spammer to boot out of, Twitch. It's been done. Thank you, Mayor, with your half-man, half-cat abilities. Lily adding, stop making fun of his fursona, guys. Oh dear. Well, you got to know, if this is his fursona, then he's going to be exceptionally rich. So, ladies, he's going to be quite the catch if he can put up with his interesting, side hobbies. What David Bowie music video is this, a slasher? Probably not I'm Afraid of Americans. I'm afraid of felines, perhaps. No, if that's Bowie. I'm afraid of canines. I'm afraid of the world. Still can't get over that creeper in the background. Look at him. Look at him. Who the hell is this loser? Go away. You're weird. I'm telling my parents on you. Oh, stay away. Dance magic, cough that formal spell on me, says Slasher. See, the cousin of the bad cat. I think he's probably the distant cousin of Mufasa. And there's a darn good reason why they're distant cousins. Don't want to be in contact with this gentleman ever again. Oh, dear. Now, I totally did not sound like Mr. Bean. Okay, maybe I did sound a little bit like Mr. Bean, but that's the vibe I'm getting from the fellow in the background. That's the kind of noises he'd make as a villain. Yeah, so, all in all, terrible book. Lily May says, there's a cat man waiting in the sky. I love the David Bowie references, by the way. Love them, absolutely. Oh dear, that's fantastic. Okay. I think we should jump over to the next one, but Jellybean says, Temu Cowardly Lion. Oh, blimey, you're gonna make me cry tears of joy, all of you. You're so funny, all of you. Say Teddy, please. Oh, you want me to say it in Mr. Bean voice? Teddy. Can't believe I can actually make that sound. Looks like a Phantom of the Opera ripoff. Slasher. Maybe if he mutilated a line in the process, perhaps, but still doesn't explain the creepy fellow in the background. Who's he supposed to be? Is he supposed to be member of the Dark Brotherhood from the Elder Scrolls? Is he supposed to tell me that you sleep rather soundly for a murderer? Well, anyway. Well, okay, yes, fair enough, Dragonstar. I mean, when we criticize these books, it's not to say that the books are bad. It's just the covers. The covers are terrible. Heck, we've even covered literary classics like Dracula and The Picture of Dorian Gray. But they had terrible covers. Well, I'll get around to it right afterwards, Zora. Alternatively, just send an email. Send an email if you'd like. But, does his head look weirdly tall? It kind of does, actually, Coral, yes. Oh, thank you, Starglow. My hair looks better than this fella's. Haha. Slasher says it's right. Remember, kids, don't do mer. Oh, crikey, you're going to make Lily have an asthma attack at this rate with all the jokes you're all making. Chelly's saying, whoever designed this cover definitely watched Zoobly Zoo. Oh, a fun fact about Zoobly Zoo. Did you know that one of the actors on it, I believe it's Mr. Fox, he's the voice actor for the heavy weapons guy and demo man from Team Fortress 2. And that's actually one of his favourite roles that he's done in his vast acting career. Not only the Team Fortress 2 roles, but Zoobly Zoo as Mr. Fox. The more you know. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Oh, you meant the samurai guy looking weirdly tall. Fair point, fair point. In any case, let's move on to the next cover, shall we, everyone? What is this we have here? Why, it's, a load of rubbish. It's a rubbish cover. Sepulture by the Sea. The Legend of Annabelle Lee. It just has to rhyme. By J.P. Reedman. Wow, look at this gothic baddie, everyone. Isn't she beautiful? Don't you just love how she's kind of blending unrealistically in front of this podium, in front of these two statues that are looking unrealistically positioned in front of... Oh, come on, I'm not even convinced. Who gave J.P. Reedman a copy of Photoshop? What in the RuneScape loading screen did they use for the covers as Slasher? And actually, that's a good point, TsunamiJuria. Sepulture by the Sea? Where's the sea? I think someone didn't get the memo. I think they just poured the sea inside the word sea. I thought, yes, good enough, good enough. We'll just badly edit this woman out of the the blank wall that she was likely posing in front of and just edit her in front of this unrealistic looking bit of mason work. Yes, it kind of does look like a forest to me. A strange looking sea, eh, Elliot? Blue Bat saying a Temple Run character. Slasher saying, so they go to a Victorian graveyard and Photoshop a goth in. Hello, Menfasusu. It's been a while since I've seen you on the streams. Welcome. And yes, what the heck is this? We're all trying to figure that out as well. Like, again, nothing wrong with the model. She looks very pretty. But I'm not convinced that she's some sort of sepulture, whatever that is. And I'm not sure why I keep saying it in a Scottish accent, but I don't think she's radiating, you know, ectoplasm, ghostly energy. I just think someone did a pretty poor job of cropping her out and probably tried to mask it with some glowing effects. I'm not convinced. Guess they couldn't find a forest. Well, no, I couldn't find the sea at all. They just thought, oh, just dump them by forest. Or put a puddle nearby. That'll be a good sea. Slash is saying the font is hard to read. You think so? I don't think it's that bad. It's just kind of unremarkable, personally. TsunamiJuria says, she doesn't even have feet, she looks like a ghost floating. That could be the case, but I'm still not convinced it looks remotely ghost-like. Why not just make her translucent all the way? Why half-effort it? Madam, turn around. Face the book, madam. Over here, Annabelle Lee, over here. Yoo-hoo! Stop falling asleep. Oh, forget it, let's take a photo. Lily May saying she looks like an unposed 3D model. I think the designers of the cover gave up pretty quickly. 5-minute deadline. Come on, chop chop, get a book cover done. Done. Yep, just stuck some random things and got a lovely lady on the cover. Coral Stark saying he's here to get revenge on behalf of every cat that was... Oh wait, that's the previous one. Oh, you're about 5 minutes behind. Just realised. Blue Bat saying, I don't think she's made for the sea. That director is working miracles, able to prop herself above the ground without her feet even touching. Damn, that is some tough stuff. That's some tough materials. Looks like the angels from Doctor Who, Menfasusu. Oh, the ones in the background, the statues maybe. Probably would have won the mannequin trend back in 2016, Lily May. What a throwback that was. Or at least, I'm sure it would have been quite a throwback for some people here. Again, I don't think these statues are very, like... I swear they look like they're edited in as well. It all just looks so fake. Oh, Doctor. Pardon me. Time for the yawn. There we go. Thank you, little mini-me. Slasher adds that Annabelle Lee looks like she should be in the Elves' Home in Lord of the Rings. She wouldn't be out of place, personally, yes. Dragonstar saying, did someone copy Edgar Allan Poe's poem? Hope they didn't copyright. Oh, wait, yes. Pretty sure that is a Edgar Allan Poe one, isn't it? Yeah, right. Yeah, it's got to be with a yawn attack jelly bit. Oh no, don't say yawn, Olivia. Oh, there we go, you get another yawn. There we are. Welcome, very bold person, and yes, these book covers are bad. They are terrible, absolutely terrible. And you know what? I think we should look at some more terrible covers, because you think this is bad? It gets worse. Let's check out the next one. Oh, bear with me. Here we go. The next book cover. Look at this, everyone. It's a master of urban fantasy, as said by Library Journal. Part of a series by Tanya Huff. It's Bloodlines. As you can easily see, this one realistically looks like it takes place in Egypt. You can tell because some orange steps And the lighting is, all the sun, all the light is directed on just the rocky background, not on the sweaty-looking models in front, who are most certainly posing in front of some sort of tomb for some unknown, or probably very, very well known, leader from Egypt, from ancient Egypt. Wow. Doctor, it's a wig. Yes, I can see that buff, token, handsome man. What do I do, Doctor? Should I take off my clothes and wiggle my pecs around? No, you can put your man-bobbies away. For now, though, because I am a lady, and I am looking into some blood lines. She said the thing. I'm going to be looking around and posing with these glasses to make it look like I'm actually smarter than I actually am. Lily May saying, Daenerys Targaryen from Tebu. Slasher saying, why is James May here? I don't recall James May being this this bulky or handsome. Is he stuffing cheese and up his jumper? To be fair, I thought that Tanya Huff was the title of the book for a moment as well. I think the author is bragging a bit here. Is it about a genealogist tracing someone's line back to a pharaoh? Hopefully not big boy Billy to the right here. I don't think he's going to be royalty material. Yes, good point. If they're in Egypt, why is she wearing a leather jacket? And why is he wearing a tight-wearing jumper? I bet he just wanted to show off his pecs. He just wanted to show up his bulbous balloon-like pecs. Hello, Ocean. Welcome. Good point, everyone. Hydrate and big stretches. Anyway. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, says Blue Bats. I don't remember this fellow joining in, but they're going to be looking into some bloodlines while Buffy whips out a stake and drives it through the heart of one of the pharaohs, probably. I mean, I know of the 1998 Mummy film, I know of it, but I don't think The Rock is going to... Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong movie, is it? No, that's Scorpion King. Oh, close enough. Hello, Manchic, you were looking at terrible covers. What rubbish covers. Very bored person saying, that sarcophagus is very tiny. It really is. I didn't realize how, like, out of proportion it is with everything else here, especially with this badly edited in covers with light seems to be shining from multiple different directions, even though the sun's in the background. How when was it a pharaoh? 5. Oh, Aben Fususu has a joke. What do you call a mummy that has a fluffy tail and likes to hop? A mummy rabbit. Boo. Boo. Lily saying bro has a bigger chest than me. I'm surprised people aren't simping for this fellow, saying things like, oh, I want to stick my face right on his big bouncy chest balloons or something. To be fair, I think it's bigger than the ladies. But you didn't hear that. Rated 18 stream. What do you mean? Totally not. Hello, Manchiq. Hello. So, Slasher says, looks like a librarian, but, like, not in a good way. She looks like she's about to complain to the manager, saying, there is something that is not stated in this coupon. Clearly it should be, 2 for £20, but clearly I've got 2 of them, but I'm still getting 2 for 25 here. What's the deal? I'm putting on my glasses to show that I really did look at the coupon. I want to see the manager. Yes, and I want to see the manager as well. After all, I have muscles. I am strong. Yes, we know you're strong, but no one cares because we've got to look against some lines. Bloodlines. Dun 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 dun. Thank you, Zoral. I'll be sure to add you later down the line. Jelly says, I don't think anyone sims for James May. You'd be surprised. You would be genuinely surprised. He has been considered a weird crush by some people back in his Top Gear days. What do you mean, no, really, that's just me? What, saying about this gentleman and his physique? You're not wrong there, Slasher. One sneeze and then... Well, I think it makes sense. The author is a lady. I think she probably wrote in some interesting scenes where, well, big burly Billy walking down the steps of the pyramid, and he says, "Oh my lordy, this jumper is so restrictive, I feel so hot and sweaty," and then he slowly takes it off. What relevance does this have in the story? Nothing at all. Just wanted to slowly take off the sweater off his big burly abdominal-shaped abdominals. Yeah, that's as they should be shaped, I suppose. But you get what I mean. You get what I mean. I wouldn't be surprised if he's just there for fan service, while the lady here is probably just, you know, sassy, independent archaeologist who don't need no man. Donk donk. We've got to find some lines here. What kind of lines, smart lady? Bloodlines. Dong dong, law and order. Slash is saying she looks like her name's Linda, who works at Next as a manager. This is what she does in her spare time when she's not working as a manager at a supermarket. She's just going to Egypt just to raid some sarcophaguses. Just for fun, just for fun. Ladies crazy like that. Well, 4 out of 10 from Amenfosusu. Awfully generous. I don't think the ancient gods of Egypt are going to be happy, so I say we bury this within the pyramids and leave it there. And again, I think it's based in Egypt, hence the pyramids, Felicia. If that's not the case, and they just so happen to be badly cropped and edited images of 2 models in front of pyramids just to catch people's eyes, and people are going, "Oh, what's this book all about? Oh, we're just going to find some bloodlines in a forest." Okay, but why are you in front of Egypt? It was the only stock photo we had. Certified 2 out of 10 from Elliot. Okay. On to the next one. On to the next. Oh, hang on. There we go. On to the next one. Let's jump to the next one. There we go. Bada bing, bada no, that's wrong one. What the heck am I doing? Here we go. The next cover by Clifford D. Simak. Sorry, my phone's going crazy here. By Clifford D. Simak, it's City. Yes? Yes, City. It's a city. All right, I got that right. Well done, well done. I don't know exactly why City translates to retro-futuristic robot TV heads with gigantic doggos just standing around and a big Labrador just kind of gorming over the Empire State Building. And everything's painted yellow for some bizarre reason. Limey yellow colour or something. Did the dogs all have just a massive tinkle all at once, and then all the Wii just like coloured the buildings that colour? Oh, that's disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for that image. That's revolting. What do you mean, why am I invading New York? I'm not a dog, and I'm certainly no Dogzilla either. Very bored person saying, "Are we sure this isn't Clifford, the main character?" And Jellybean saying, "Temu Clifford, the big red dog. I think this is what happens if you leave Clifford out in the sun for too long. He turns brown, and his eyes start glowing yellow, like he's ready to fight something." Dogs peed in New York. Well, Clifford's now the big brown dog, and he's going to destroy and probably urinate. Oh, Lily May, I didn't know you were a librarian, and making you grimace as one too. Like, oh, are you sure you wouldn't want to read a book called It's City, which is all about just some gigantic gorming dogs, just 2 of them just kind of awkwardly clipped into other buildings while this big brown one's just staring into the distance like, huh? Is that a chew toy? Is that a frisbee? What's that? What's that? Yeah, sure, I have brown hair, Zora, but even then... Really, your brain is interesting, says Elliot. I'll take that as a compliment. Yes, I think we need to send this dog to a therapist. This dog needs a therapy dog of its own. 1,000-yard stairs, says Dragonstar. Probably saw a cat in the distance. You know that cover with the half-cat person from earlier? Probably that saw that in the distance. It's all fun and games until the dogs get zoomies. Yes, we're all doomed. Everyone in the city is doomed if any of the dogs just decide to randomly start running around for giggles. No, looks like Lily May's not brave enough to read a book like this. It could be brilliant. Clifford D. Simak could be one of the greatest authors of our known generation. You know, cover aside. Felicia saying Emily Elizabeth Howard would not fall for that big brown dog. Did someone love this dog so much that it grew really, really big? Is that what happened? Same logic, I suppose. Same logic. Frightening thoughts all the same, of course. Frightening thoughts all the same. That this gigantic dog would devour us all. Ah! Why are dogs and the Transformers invading New York? Maybe this was some sort of, maybe it's like a poster for a Transformers movie. Michael Bay, eat your heart out. I swear this dog right here, wants to say something, and I already know what it wants to say. It just wants to go... just so desperate it's going... to get someone's attention. It's just that fixated, like, someone's getting on my nerves and I'm going to go woof, and that'll send a shockwave throughout the city, knocking everyone over. Jelly calling them the Doggo Decepticons. Whip out one big spray bottle, says Slasher, maybe with a rolled up comic. Saying, no, you'll get a slap on the bottom and a spray with the water. Hang on, you'll flood the city. No. No, Elliot, I'm not going to bark just because there's a doggo on the cover. Gigantic doggos on the cover. And no, Jelly, I'm not going to go woo either. Because as we know, I don't go... and I certainly don't go... because I'm not a puppy and I'm not a doggo. So you won't hear me going... or... I win again. Did I win again? Let's pretend yes. Very bored person has a good question. How much dog food would they even eat in a day? Those dog food factories have the best customer about to take over the city. They probably, the doggos are probably kind of keeping them alive. Everyone else has been evacuated from the city, but the doggo food factories, they're all like working 24/7 just to get them fed. Whoever picks up their muck, then I feel very sorry for them. Can we throw the Empire State Building like a stick? Probably just choose on those like... just because it's bored. But no, I totally didn't fall for it, and I'm not a puppy, Lily May, or Blue Bats, or Zorro, or Elliot, or everyone. I'm certainly not. This book does not represent me in any way either. Anyway, moving on. And I'm totally not a puppy, but I am a critic of bad book covers, so let's toss this one away and let the doggos chew over it while we cover this next one. We're gonna need a bigger doggy food bowl, says Starglow, while Slasher says, someone yell, walkies, we're all doomed. There'll be an earthquake. Right, on to the next cover. It's Middlemarch, an absolute classic book by George Eliot. Fun fact, George Eliot is not a man, he's actually a woman. writing as, you know, with a male pen name, because back in those days, women were frowned upon for writing, and often unfairly were given much lesser reviews if they were publishing books, because, you know, simply they were ladies, which of course is sexist and it's unfair. But so George Eliot, though, considered an all-time classic author in her own right. Now let's look at this cover, where I'm not sure about anything about Middlemarch, but let's have a good look at this cover. Ah. Really? Really? They're not even trying to make it look like either of them are sitting in a meadow. They're just squatting. They're just doing the squatting slav. Why? Yes, why are we looking at their bums, Emin Fasusu? Why are they sitting like that? Because they couldn't get a photo of two models to sit on a fence. More like Romeo and Juliet, you know, maybe with a £2 budget. Are they supposed to be sitting? For all we know, they might have dropped a massive doo-doo in their breeches and are unfortunately unable to stand up straight about it, TsunamiJuria. Yeah, why wearing a pink dress in a field? It's going to be pink and green at this rate. I don't think she's even sitting. She might be just, you know that kind of sitting pose that you do in order to kind of strengthen up the legs. Maybe they're both doing that. They're strengthening up their legs. Maybe they just have rickets on the. They've just had it up to their here with these darn rickets, and they're just naturally posed like that. Sitting on a gigantic burnt parsnip, I think. Or maybe a chewed up pencil. The fence broke when they took the photo. This was the moment before disaster shot. Dress is way too fancy for that setting. They probably just said, right, lady and man, pose in front of this blank wall. We're going to take a photo. We'll let the sunlight in to make it look like you're actually in this field. Sticks it on the cover. Yes, I don't think this is really fooling anyone, to be perfectly honest. The dress is unconvincingly floating in front of the grass. It's not floating like... It's not like being held up alongside the grass, getting mucky along with the fence. No, it's floating in front of it. And Hillbilly Jim to the right there is, just stumpy little legs. His legs look like they're stapler shaped. Looks like something from the musical The Sound of Music, says Zip. I am 16, going on 17. Truly your legs are creepy. Spending their final days as a couple, yes, before their legs start morphing and just twisting strangely. So I apologize, Lily May, for those butler-like noises making, because they're totally not, they're not the puppy sounds, but driving your doggos crazy, though. I mean, Lily's got a good point. Books like Of Mice and Men have great literature and with good book covers, but these awful monstrosities of covers make it almost seem like these stories are lame, but they're not. This is a literary classic, apparently. But with such a terrible cover. Legs of a 5-year-old, says Slasher, while TsunamiJuria says, what gets to me is that there's a fence behind them and a fence in front of them. Are they doing limbo? That's probably why they're posed so awkwardly. They were doing limbo, then both, lifted themselves up at just the right moment. Hey, nothing wrong with that musical, Zora. By the way, here's a tip. Listen to the album The Sound of Music, covered by Leibach. It's a bizarre kind of cover album, but worth giving a listen to. They are one with the fence, says Slasher. Felicia saying that's like the worst version of Parent Trap Family. I think someone here, whoever designed this book cover, needs a few lessons on how to do Photoshop correctly. Right. Let's leave this one in the field and jump to the next cover. What could be the next book cover? Only one way to find out, everyone. Let's have a look for ourselves. Here we go then. Onwards to the next cover. It's going to be a literary classic, I'm sure. Let's see. What could it be? What could it be? It's... eye vomit. It's H.G. Wells, The Food of the Gods and How It Came to Earth. Which is the food, which is the gods, and which is the earth? Oh, here comes Blue Mats with the Vimto tax. Go on, take it away. Lily's got a good point. Judge a book by its cover, because that is literally the point of covers. Exactly, it's to grab your attention. H.G. Wells, another literary classic author. And this looks like someone got lazy and threw together some distorted pictures of bubbles colored multiple times over and just like thrown across each other in Microsoft Paint. Come on. This has nothing to do with H.G. Wells. And look at this font. It's so bland and so lifeless. It really does look like a fever dream. Someone just... it's like a scene from Beavis and Butthead Do America when they're hallucinating in the desert. I'll tell you when it's over, Slasher. We'll burn through this one quickly, everyone. Yes, I think my eyes are starting to hurt as well. This is like brain-melting sort of garbage, liquid goop pouring all over the screen now in 5 different directions with the laziest, lamest font imaginable. Absolute poo-poo. Not much more to say about this one, everyone. I think, we need to completely destroy this and move on to the next one. So, let's go to the next one, because this one's rubbish. Next cover. You can look now, Slasher. The next cover. I don't blame you, Ocean. Appetite ran away after seeing that cover. Well, hopefully this next one will be a little bit better. A little. The picture of Dorian Gray returns with yet another cover. Why can't people get a good cover for this book? It's a great book. It's fantastic. And all the covers that we've covered on these streams are terrible. Look at this. Oscar Wilde's The Picture of Dorian Gray. Look at this. As you can see, the handsome fellow on the right, oh yes, really totally handsome. Yes, he's an absolute bombshell, ladies. Go on, drool all you want. Let me get you a towel. I'm sure he's just going to be the person invading your dreams. Totally. Meanwhile, on the left is Dorian Gray, all of his ugliness and his evilness, his sins manifested into the painting, but instead here it's just a lame edit of him pretending to have a mask on of his old face. Like, no, that's dodgy Derek from accounting. Like, Derek, you're really ugly. Can you pose on this cover to pretend to be the ugly version of Dorian Gray? No. Oh, I'll give you £10. Oh, fine. Very bored person saying, well, if it isn't Timmy Tough Knuckles in his edgy era after the divorce. Blue Bat saying, ugh, put the mask on. Even then, it doesn't look that more convincing. It looks photoshopped on the right. I mean, I don't mean like his face, even though, yes, that's true, but the details on his face look so smooth and fake, like, ugh. The fellow on the right looks like someone just spray-painted brown all over his mouth and dotted his skin with little strokes from probably Microsoft Paint. Why is he nude for the photo? I mean, I don't know. Clothes are expensive, I suppose. Clothes are expensive, Slasher. Dorian Gray, he might have been handsome and wished for his youth to be forever unchanging. Doesn't mean he has to walk around with clothes on. Good. Yeah, exactly. It's not the picture of Dorian Gray now. This is the mask of Dorian Gray. That completely ruins the title of the book. Slasher saying they just ripped off Jekyll and Hyde for this. Even then, Mr. Hyde being some fellow who hasn't shaved in a while because his wife left him is not exactly horror material. Don't worry, Thalisha, we won't let this gentleman kiss anyone. Like, ugh. Lily saying, someone add him to the Tumblr sexy man list because zoo wee mama. Wow, look at him, ladies. Don't you want to snog that leathery skin on the left and his dotty, bushy-like hair that's slowly receding away? It looks like the angry video game nerd in 10 years' time. Or maybe, oh, goodness knows who else, to be perfectly honest. He's a rather unimpressed gentleman. Dorian Gray should have laid off the bottle. Jelly Bean saying, that's why we don't talk to strangers, kids. And Fususu came back from emptying my stomach. Very bored person saying, he looks so sad to be even on the cover. He probably is frowning because he just realized, oh yes, this is for the picture of Dorian Gray cover. And now he's just realized, oh, but I love that book. Oh no, this is going to look terrible. Oh. Slasher would rather kiss a cactus than John from HR. You and me both, Slasher. You and me both. Oh no. All of Dorian Gray's sins have manifested into the form of a grumpy gentleman. But that kind of undermines the picture of Dorian Gray, because the more he sins, and even kills, he ends up becoming repulsive and vile and diabolical on his painting, but he still retains his youth. I'm not convinced here, I'm not convinced. I think the worst this fellow has ever done is steal a bottle of vodka from Morrison's. Yes, let's all report him to HR and destroy the painting in the process. This picture of Dorian Gray is rubbish. Let's paint over it. Alright, on to the next cover. What do we have next? Let's see. On to the next is another Wordsworth classic by Edith Wharton. I've never seen this book before. I've never read this book. But Edith Wharton's The Age of Innocence. Doesn't this look like The Age of Innocence? It's that fellow from Game of Thrones, I believe, with some random lady and who looks like they chopped her head off and glued it onto another woman's body. And on the right is Sandra from reception, who really doesn't want to be there, and thinks, does this hat make me look silly? For the last time, Sandra, yes. Now shut up and let us take a photo of you. Also, we need a photo of your hand to awkwardly crop onto, Greasy Gary's shoulder here. And don't worry, Gary, you look like you haven't even shaved since... well, at all. And this is probably the most facial hair you'll ever get in your life. But don't worry. We'll glue your head on the body of a gentleman. Slash is saying, Linda, why are you in your dressing gown? Blue Bat saying, how to kill a bad book cover. Yeah, it looks like they just copied and pasted their heads, Elliot. I don't know if I'd say this is better, Menfususu. I'd say this is less worse. You're not wrong, Zora. Age of Innocence hardly looks innocent. Slash is saying, this is what the royal show from Netflix is supposed to be. Downton Abbey has seen better days. Downton Abbey, but a low-budget version. Here we go. We've got all these greasy people from the chip shop that we rounded up, smothered with Vaseline to make them look less wrinkly and ugly. Is it working? Not really. Wait, does he have a gun? Says Lily May. Does he have a gun? He's holding a cane. Yeah, it's supposed to be a cane, I believe. But even then, I don't even think that's his hand. It looks like someone else's hands. They just chopped the head off and replaced it with someone else. Yes, I'm sure we could all wish we could not see the cover again, very bored person, but too late now, unfortunately, and I'm afraid you all signed the paperwork when you jumped into this one. I mean, hope. But yes, his hand looks like a claw. It kind of does. That's a little bit weird. It's a bit creepy as well. I don't think this gentleman is, well, a gentleman, to be perfectly honest. I think he looks a bit nasty, a bit greasy on the face, sweaty. His face, all of their faces look so fake. They look really, like, plastic. I think that's the best way to describe them, really. Their faces look so plastic, and that gives it an uncanny valley sort of vibe, like they genuinely look so unreal. Yeah, I don't think any of them are innocent either, Blue Bats. Look at them. They're judging us. I don't blame you for thinking it's AI, Dragon Star, but really, I think it might be the real deal, like an actual attempt at editing pictures, but poorly done. I'm not saying that AI would do better, mind you. I'm not saying AI is any good, far from it. I think AI is slop. But even then, I'd rather have a terrible cover than an AI slop cover. Let's put it that way. And this is terrible. Also, don't mind me just pouring some drinky poo. Reminds you of an anime I meant for Susu. I'm not sure which one, because this is an anime. This must be one low-budget anime inspiration right here. Okay. Cracking, I'm so boiling. It's so hot. Slash is saying, I feel like the bloke should be in the dressing gown instead of her. Maybe, maybe he was. Maybe he was all along. And, they decided the only solution was to essentially just, Photoshop their heads off. That's why the lady on the right is looking a bit irksome. Like, this is weird. Okay. A rating of 1 out of 100 from Elliot. Good, good. I agree with that. Yes, we've all lost our innocence after looking at this book, so let's jump into the next one. Ah, yes. A literary classic. Frankenstein. Who the hell's that? That's not Frankenstein's monster. Or Frankenstein himself. What on earth is he standing in front of? Is that some sort of oversized iced bun? Or some sort of half-melting wedding cake? Mayonnaise-smothered sweet corn? Yes, Frankenstein is a great classic series, but what is this lame Cooper black bold font for the title? Who is this random gentleman with a sword? He does look like he's got jaundice slash King Arthur, as says Dragonstar. The sword and the stone as well from Dragonstar. I think they must have probably stuck on the wrong image. So he's on a sweet roll from Skyrim, says Slasher. Probably just a reject character from the Elder Scrolls series. Here's Frank N. Stein. And he's the one who stole your sweet roll. Yes, I'm still trying to figure out if he's even on the right cover as well. Very bored person. He probably got lost in his way to a fantasy cover. Is this supposed to be snow? Is he on a snowy mountain? Because it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it at all. Maybe it's a mound of clothing. I was thinking it might be a white wedding cake or some sort of delicious sweet treat. As well, Blue Bats. You're right, they put the wrong title on this. This should be something like, I don't know, The Warrior's Final Quest in Super Duper Land or whatever. Is there a volcano behind him? Could be, could be. Volcano painted white. I don't blame the Doctor for his rejected creation if it looks like that. Yes, I think we're all probably going to feel a lot more sympathetic for poor old Victor Frankenstein. Oh no, I created a monster, and he acquired a sword, and he looks like he belongs in some sort of 80s hair metal band, and he has jaundice. Looks like He-Man, says TsunamiJuria. I mean, low-budget cosplay He-Man vibes from this one. Dragon Star saying, no wonder nobody could pull the sword from the stone. They couldn't find it. Looks like King Midas forgot to ungold him. Good one, I meant for Zuzu. Zora Zip saying, King Arthur in front of a massive cinnamon roll. Okay, now I'm hungry for some sweet treats right now. I'm hungry for some sweet treats. I presume it's snow, Elliot, because that's where, well, the monster ends up in, the frozen Arctic North, along with Frankenstein himself, Victor Frankenstein in pursuit. But I'm not getting that vibe at all here. I'm not getting that vibe at all. I'm half expecting Gordon Ramsay to pop out and say that this dessert looks terrible and that there's an ugly man posing on front of it. At least we have a sword. If it is a cake, we have a sword. We can chop it up and all have a slice of sweet roll. Delicious. Yes, this looks terrible. Terrible cover. Terrible cover. Alright, tell you what, everyone. I'm going to take a break briefly because it's so boiling. So please bear with me. I just need a breather. I'll be back soon, and don't start another fire. Don't start another fire now. I know, because I do look at the chat. But anyway, I'll be back soon, my lovelies. Stay tuned. Back soon. Hee hee. What have I returned to this time? Looks like you're all flooding chat with ice and snowmen and snowing clouds and birthday cakes as well, it seems. And thunderstorms. And comets. And popcorn. Lots of popcorn as well. Oh, and tornadoes now. Lots of tornadoes. Oh, but plenty of fires over on the Twitch side, of course. Oh, and burgers. Yes, I've come back now, but I see that you've all tried to keep me cool. And yes, it was getting awfully hot on my end. Nice try, you can't get away from me, because what I'm going to do... Well, is this. I'm feeling far too cold now. I'm way too cold because of all the snow and the ice and everything. Everything is too cold. There's only one thing that can keep me warm, and that's holding all of you in my arms and cuddling you like this. And none of you can walk away. I have to lift you up the ground and hold you close to me to keep me warm now because of all the ice that you've spammed in chat. He. Ah yes, I meant for Susu, you've turned into a giant blue fox in the process as well. As you do. Oh, crikey, don't start with the fires again now, Zorazip. We've had plenty of fires over on the Twitch side of things, too. Oh, great, now I've just got hit in the face with a snowball, thanks to Ocean, now running away. You can't run away from me. You're all going to be cuddled into submission to keep me warm. Anyway. Shall we return? Let's try that in English. Are you sorry though, Blue Bats and Co? Are you sorry? Well, I can tell Ocean certainly is not. Oh, you're all so cheeky and naughty. Didn't get a chance to say goodbye to Lily, but if you're still around, Lily, a cheerio to you too. Right. Yes, you're always unapologetically not sorry. Slasher, you in particular. Anyway. And again, Zora, if you want to, speaking of the vid, send it over via email, that little collaboration video, and I'll give it a bump. Oh, we've got a new person here, Feral Matcha Gremlin. Welcome. We're just about to look at some terrible book covers, actually. And let's start. Let's get back into the swing of things, everyone. We already covered this, so let's have a peek. Here we go. We have this one. It's called Village E3. Is this where they announce new games? E3 will now take place here at Village. We haven't considered an actual name for said location, we're just going to call it Village. It doesn't even look like a village, it looks like a barren, deserted, potentially littered-in island. And look at the leads! You have Red Jumper Man. Doesn't he look so happy to be there? He looks ravishing, doesn't he, ladies? Oh, you're swooning at the sight of him, I'm sure. The lighting's different in all three of them. You're not wrong, Gremlin. Looks like they've got three different random people. Look at the left, we have Blue Betty. She looks more like she's concerned about how cold she is than trying to look like strikingly and important for the cover. And on the right is just Jane. I don't know. I can't think of a name. A good joke for her. She's just Jane. She's just available. Looks like a terrible version of Star Trek, says Emmett Fususu, while Blue Bat says... Temu Fast and Furious. TsunamiJuria says, for a second I thought they were in space, then I realized the trees. Yes, I had to kind of tilt my head a little bit to the right and realize, wait a minute, what the heck's going on in the sky there? This is Village E3. Why are we seeing the deep reaches of space Next to an island and not in a village. What does Village E3 mean anyway? What does this have to do with anything? Resident Evil knockoff? How? Well, better yet, yes, as you say, Slasher. That's not Leon Kennedy, that's Logan Lincoln. Got 2 teenage-looking girls and 1 random man. Come on, generic woman number 1. Okay, generic woman number 2. Generic man, what have you found? Well, I found the location of Village. It's located in E3. Wow, what games are on display? Well, Poking Worms with a Stick Simulator. Call of Duty 27. All the stuff that you love to play. It's where the red shirts end up from Star Trek, says Dragonstar. They don't last long, they're never destined to last long. And here they are, arrived in Village E3. And aren't they just happy to be there? They are delighted to be there. They are bouncing with joy. Look at them. They can't contain their excitement. They're about to explode with joy. Look at them. Such cheerful souls, so excited, so wonderful. Oh, aren't they? Yes, okay, that's enough of the sarcasm. I think we've got the point here. They've been abandoned and had to make a village to survive, says Dragonstar Sidera. Also, thank you for the email, Zorazip. I'll have to give it a watch, but let me know when it goes up on YouTube if, Oh, wait. Oh, it is a YouTube link. Silly me. Thank you for the YouTube link, Zorazip. I'll give it a plug. I've starred in an ASMR video of Zorazip's. I did a bit of a collaboration together. Made a little bit of a cameo. So hopefully it'll be a bit of a fun watch for you all. Might be worth watching, might be worth a bit of a gander. Yes, maybe, perhaps. One can only hope, one can only hope. Some more bot accounts from Turkey following. Let's get rid of those. Bye-bye. Anyway. But yes, Slasher says it right. Looks like they found out they're being paid in exposure. Like, darn. You said you were going to pay us in 500 big ones. Yes. 500 exposures. We're hoping to print 500 books. Okay, well, how many sales are we projected to make? You know, just 3. What was that? Oh, you know, just a lot of them, just 3. Did you say 3? Yes, we're going to sell 3 million books with this cover. Yes, it's going to be amazing. Yeah. You know, Kremlin, I think they probably might have just pulled stock photos and glued them together, because I'm not really convinced that any of this has anything to do with the story. I mean, the font is nice. The font is probably where all the effort actually went into. Probably that, but everything else, though, looks rubbish. Absolute doo-doo. Well, I'm convinced this is garbage. It should be left in this E3 village. I think it's only fair that we jump to the next one, because this is rubbish. This is poo. So, here we go on to the next one. Oh, welcome back, Lily May. Welcome back. Look at this fantastic cover right here of Village E3. And soak it up while you can, because we're going to be jumping into the next one. The next one. Here we go with the next cover. It's going to be a banger. Kind of does look like a scene from Madagascar movie Jelly, actually. And Slash is saying, look like they're posing for a fashion catalogue your mum makes you look at for your new summer clothes. Coral Stark, when you have to take a group photo but you hate each other, I want to go home. Alright, on to the next one for realsies this time. Your comments are just too funny. Here we have the next book. It is dun 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 dun, Crime and Punishment. Yes, this is definitely Crime and Punishment. What an absolute classic book. With that fellow whose face looks like he's lagging through time, like it's just not quite supposed to fit on this body. They probably just took a photo of whoever designed the cover, badly glued it on and said, "Congratulations, you're the crazy man with the axe on the cover." What? Yes, that's what you get, pal. Is that Beethoven? Beethoven's... he's lost his marbles ever since he realized how difficult it is to hold a conversation with people when he's deaf. Now he's going to make the world pay. Did they get an emo bloke to pose for the photo? Maybe they just got, they got Robert Smith from The Cure. They just told him to take off all the makeup and gave him an axe. And then he said, "No, this is stupid." Okay, well, let's just badly edit his head onto the body of someone instead. This isn't his head. This isn't his body and his head. Whose head is this? Who does this belong to? This looks like it's the sort of prank you end up doing, like an internet meme of someone you don't like. What's this book about again? Well, don't you know, Dragonstar? It's about crime and punishment. Yes, it's about crime and punishment. Just to specify, just to clarify. Beyond that, I don't know. I really don't know. Lily May says, "He looks like he's both the axe killer and the victim." Was there an axe-wielding professor in it? I wish I knew, Dragonstar. I wish I knew, because it's still making me question whether I should bother picking up the book. Jellybean saying Mr. Darcy went mad. Feral Matcha Gremlin saying, I wish... Now, I think I would also have that expression if someone photoshopped me this badly. Yes, I'd be pretty shocked and ready to cry as well, just like this gentleman. Richard from the pub holding an axe for this photo, says Slasher. Hello to you, Grey. Welcome. Good thing you managed to catch at least one of these terrible covers we're looking at today. Event for Zuzu's dying with laughter, it seems. I mean, is he in jail, Blue Bats? It doesn't look like he's in a cell. Looks like he's just by a window. He's not even looking like he's in the room with said window. He's just kind of like something glowing on his back, and then depressed Daniel is photoshopped with the world's worst wig. Bros does not get paid enough. Well said, Elliot. How much am I getting paid for this, guys? Paid? Anyway, say cheese. Sort says, looks like he's been caught for licking that window. Oh dear. You're absolutely right there, Feral Matcha Gremlin. You don't even need to show me your efforts of photoshopping your dog's head onto a photo of your friend. I already believe you just from your word alone. Oh, Lily May, how do you have your tea? Making some, but I want to rate your version. Two sugars with my tea, and a relatively decent amount, a nice creamy brown tea is always the best kind of tea in my book. That's just my opinion, of course. Can we punish the book cover for this? Yes, let's use that axe and chop it into bits. Plubat says he looks like the guy that says, "Let me in, let me in." Just imagine him trying to recreate the iconic "Here's Johnny" scene, but with this kind of awkwardly edited face. His chin looks like it shouldn't cut off there. Like there's more to his face, but it's just like morphing unnaturally. Just like someone did some sort of evil butchery on it. Okay, on to the next one, on to the next one. We have a little bit more time for one more, So here we go. Oh, what do you mean, Grey, calling me so beautiful? You're all beautiful. You're all beautiful to me. You too as well, Grey. Also, Shelley saying, I don't want to kill you, Dave. Vibes from the sky. Well, Farrell saying, instead of here's Johnny, it's Johnny, can I come in? If it's cool, if not, I guess. Okay, next cover, final cover. Another literary classic by Mark Twain. It's Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. Is it? What the heck are these losers? Beautiful Butler says what? Oh, blasted, you bamboozled me, Slasher, darn you. And besides, I'm not beautiful, you're all beautiful. No, I'm not cute, you're all cute. I tell you who's not cute, though. No, I'm not a cutie pie, you're a cutie pie, TsunamiJuria. And TsunamiJuria, whose hand is that? I don't know, but I tell you who isn't, it's these two lads right here. Ugh. Is that the third missing triplet from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody? And the fellow on the right? Oh god, I don't know who he is, but probably one of the reject members of the Lonely Island. Where's that farm, mate? Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn, don't they look so chummy? So happy to be in these totally not fake clothes that they totally are posing in. Did they just snap photos of them at some sort of Renaissance fair? Or maybe they just went through a book of stock photos and said, alright, let's get him and him because they're not that repulsive. Glue their bodies on the shoulders of some models that we paid only like, what, $5 for? And then we ship it off. How can someone fall for this book cover? Good point, Alicia. I don't think this is a prank that either Tom Sawyer or Huckleberry Finn could prank anyone into swiping up. Lily May saying, the hand on the shoulder is very stiff, like a Barbie hand. It looks so fake, doesn't it? It looks so artificial. You think it looks like some sort of gay representation couple Slasher? I wouldn't be surprised. That's how, at least that's how Hollywood works these days, of course. Who needs substance when you can just have buzzwords and lifeless representation? But yes, I don't think Mark Twain would have been particularly happy about this one. I believe it was Mark Twain that says, never argue with an idiot because you'll be out experience, won't have nearly as much experience, in other words. No, I'm not a cute TsunamiJuria. You're cute, but not me. I'm not. I am a distinguished gentleman. I am a fancy gentleman. I'm quite a snappy dresser, you see. The hand's fake. It looks like one of those prop hands, like it's plastic. You stick it on someone's shoulder, they turn around and go, oh no, it's a detached hand. Same pained smile that your brother gives when he's forced to take family photos as feral matcha gremlin. Like, come on, hurry up with the photo, please, is it done? They look like they'd get bullied for going into school like that, says Slasher. You're absolutely right, Zorazip. It looks like many people's limbs and heads were photoshopped onto them. It's creepy, really creepy and weird. Oh, I'm no cutie, Elliot. The true cuties are the JTV ASMR fanbase. Good point, yes. Tom, get your hands out of your pants. We don't know where that's been, boy. Alright, I think I've cringed myself into oblivion after looking at all these covers, everyone. So let's round off the stream here and now. I'm no adorable puppy butler, Jelly. How many times must I clarify I'm no puppy? Anyway. That was a collection of absolutely poopy, rubbish, lame, gross, boring, confusing, misleading, and a bit confusing covers. I'd like to thank all of you for coming along to this stream. It's been a blast once again, and I certainly hope that, to be honestly fair, feral matcha gremlin, I probably need a couple of days off from looking at those cringe factors kind of images, all of those covers. The cutie is the one that has the U in their name. Wait. I should spell your name with a U. I'll spell all of your names with a U then. Hee, how's that for a counter? Anyway, getting back on topic, thank you all for coming along to this stream. I hope to see you on Saturday, where we'll be enjoying some idle chit-chat with each other. And thank you for the kind words and the abundance of hearts, Ocean. And for all of you as well, all of you for coming along. It's been a blast. And yes, that last cover was really weird. I get that Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn were best buddies and whatnot, and our childhood chums, but it just looked weird. Well, you could say that, feral matcha gremlin. You can say that I'm not going to win this fight, saying that I'm not a puppy, but I know the truth. And no, Jellybean, I'm not going to yawn. I'm totally not going to yawn, because it's going to require me. Tripped up once again. All right. It's time for me to say bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Mwah. Kisses to all of you. All the kisses to all of you. Stay safe now. Much love. Hee hee.